What's going on, guys? Today we're doing some crazy Craig pranks. That's right. So come on and have a good time. We're doing some Craig pranks. Okay, my mom's talking to her accountant. My mom has diarrhea. My mom has diarrhea. She can't talk on the phone. She has diarrhea. It's running down her legs and it's in her chest.
He's hiding in the closet.
You just got Craig pranked.
I'm so sorry.
You got Craig pranked.
I'm in the eastern section.
All right, go ahead, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and welcome to the weekly relapse.
That's like super formal. You went straight for him.
You are listening to the weekly relapse with your host, Skylar Potter.
The day is done. Let's party, junkies. It's good for your soul. Every now and then the slippers control. So please don't be scared. Come and dance if you dare.
Dude, what's crazy? As I never say the date of like, I'm not like, this is December 4th, but this is like, it's funny to me because it's 12/4 at 12:04 a.m. right now.
12-4.
12/4. Now it's 12:05 a.m. We fucking barely caught it, buddy.
Gosh,
Like, did you have enough time to make your fucking wish, man? I don't know what you're supposed to do. You ever notice that when people see weird shit, they're like, you better make a wish. People, they have all these weird traditions. Like, whenever they see weird shit. Like, people
11,
do weird
11.
But yeah, people do weird shit at 11:11.
So 11:11. I was 12:34 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I giggle every time I see 420.
Well, yeah,
Can't help
but
it.
that's an easy one.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Though the thing with me and 12:34 was I felt like it was kind of a cheat of a wish. Like I felt like I was life hacking wishes because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 way more places than you're gonna see 11:11 or
Right.
like 12:12. I can look at.
So you thought you were life hacking, but really they're like,
Yeah,
no, you're not
no.
getting wishes because that's not the right
It's-
fucking number.
Well, I don't know. Is that how it works? I haven't read the fucking terms and contracts.
I don't know, man. You never
But
never
I
read
thought I
through.
was.
Dude, whenever Google sends you that shit or Facebook updates, we never read it. You know, it's probably all the contracts are in there. They're like, by the way, if you're making wishes on 1, 2, 3, 4, you're fucking wasting time. We took those out.
Nazis.
Those
were
came out
right,
in like '94. You couldn't make wishes on 1, 2, 3, 4 since like '94, bro.
I'd really like to dig through the Apple contract and somewhere just in Article 12B/C 1.2. It's just like, yeah, and if you didn't notice, the Catholics have had it right the whole time. You just got to keep your hands off kids.
Dude, there's like life secrets. You know how like Fallout games and stuff like that, or even Red Dead is a good example. Like if you read, you learn a lot more about the game, and you get like better shit. You know what I mean?
That is how life works.
Yeah. So
if
like
you read,
yeah.
you learn a lot
So,
more.
but why don't we ever read those? Dude, I think someone did a video on it. They were like, it would take like a day and a half or something to like read for like the average person. Like how would I wouldn't be able to comprehend that shit, right? If I went through and I read those user agreements, I don't think I'd be able to comprehend it.
Oh, so
There's gotta be a lot of
thought you were
lawyer
going
talk
in a
and shit,
different
right?
Direction where like you actually read the books in the game.
No,
we're not.
Can you?
We're,
That's too much.
with some of the games that you play, you can read the books in.
No, fuck that. No, dude,
but
come
no,
on. I don't
no,
even read in normal
It's not
life.
gonna take you a day to read a user contract.
Dude, someone said like
agreement.
someone said like if you like add them all up, like all the ones that, because like when they update, you have to like redo it or whatever. It was a couple years ago when I saw it. They're like, dude, this is like literally like if you fully read this, you've spent this much time reading user contracts for Facebook.
Oh, just for Facebook.
Or whatever, whichever example they were
okay,
using. I'm
okay.
not, dude. Like I said, it's a couple years ago, man. Look who you're talking to.
Absolutely, I was just trying to make sure I was on the same
Nah.
page.
What if I'm like it was Snapchat? I don't know, dude. I was talking to my buddy on Facebook, or not Facebook, on Xbox, and I was telling him, I was like, I don't understand Twitter even, man. Like I don't get Twitter, and he was like, you're a comedian, dude. You have to understand Twitter. He said it super Canadian though.
Isn't it kind of I was actually about to ask if it was kind of annoying that there was a reliance on social media these days, especially for comics, musicians, pretty much any touring performer. But I know you didn't exactly grow up in this age, but would you rather have to hustle on social media or go about it the classic way where you're touring and you're just doing nothing but putting up flyers, so that way you really feel like you connected with your fans as opposed to they just liked you and saw that you were playing a show?
I know. Well, they didn't have an option back then. I think everybody would take social media, boom, for the promoting aspect. The truth, like the core truth, and I can feel it inside me, is the truth is I wish I was the only one who thought about promoting my shit on
Social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the real feeling I'm having. As I wish I was the first one to think about it.
From what I've put together, and I was still young when this was happening. I guess I probably got turned on to him when I was like 13, but it seems like Dane Cook was one of the first people to really get a hold of MySpace.
Yeah,
And
dude.
MySpace was his way to promote, and then he could throw up tracks on his like top 5 play tracks or whatever, a little feature on it, so you could get a taste of what you.
I think we can all. I think we can all fucking agree that MySpace was way cooler. I think than Facebook was. I thought MySpace was cooler, but then it died, and it just there was no one on there anymore.
Well, Facebook
Everybody
was for
went to-
business.
Well, Facebook just seemed fucking like it seemed like that's something my mom would want to do. Like I thought the real reason I think MySpace was cooler is like you had the fucking song, right? You could put your own little song. Like I like this. Like for me, honestly, it's probably like Slipknot or honestly maybe even back then heavier. Like that may have been like when I was just teetering into metal. But like I remember it because it was like the last time I think I physically checked Facebook was right after The Dark Knight released. Because I made all my background. Remember, you could change your background and all that shit to like cool, like whatever pictures you wanted. I thought that part was way cooler than Facebook. But and then everyone jumped to Facebook, and I didn't do social media for fucking years, man. I didn't really hop on Facebook until I was like 22, 20. I was older than 21 when I finally joined Facebook.
See, I think that if we can compare it to hairstyles, MySpace was very much the front end of the mullet, or the back end of the mullet.
Yeah.
It was a business in the front for Facebook, party in the back for MySpace, and then Facebook just took over. And I think that's a good chunk of the age demographic that really hooked MySpace, then grew older, and the demographic for Facebook seemed a little bit older, a little bit more professional. You didn't have MySpace taught me basic HTML coding, so I could have like those falling hearts or whatever the hell I had all over my page. And
My friends would tell me how
my
to
top
do
8
it.
down to the bottom left. And
Yeah,
all
my
that
friend
jazz.
they would tell me how to do it. Like you have to go. Is it too loud?
No. They have an awkward haircut right now.
Yeah, my buddies told me how to do all that. They would like just go here. Like I didn't realize that's what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Didn't realize you were actually doing code.
Right, because I was like, just do this, type this. Normally it would be like, we'll send you this, we'll just do it for you, and then I would just, copy and paste. Like, yeah, it was weird, but it was cool. I thought it was cool. I don't know.
Okay, didn't I think it was? I grew up very literally with a mouse in my hand.
No, I did not. See, I could only access MySpace. And that was another thing. Everybody could get on it all the time. I was only able to get on it like on the weekends whenever I went to my aunt's house. They had a computer there, and I could get on it there. I wasn't allowed to have it.
See, I grew up with a computer in my house since I was at least 5 or 6 or so, and my dad did a whole lot of tech work and worked out of the house, so it was a necessity. But he knew that his son was seeing him play games on the downtime, and knew that the son was sharp enough to be.
You're talking about your dad and you? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, yes. My dad is
Why are you saying it like a goddamn wizard? What the fuck is wrong with him? And he saw his son, and he knew his son might
Because
be.
I was speaking for
It's
my
like-
dad. I was speaking for
It's
my
like you're
dad's point of
trying.
view
It's
for
like
a
you're
second.
trying to like hide something from us.
Maybe I'm weaving a story here.
I don't know, man.
You're stepping all over my toes.
That was
guy.
weird, man. You're confusing me. I was like, who's he
so,
talking?
So the father is looking at his son back in 1996.
You're 6 now? How old were you? You'd have been 4.
I would have been like 5, 6. I was born in 91. But he realized that I was looking at him knowing, you're playing video games on that. And eventually he was like, my dad's rule was I could pretty much do anything that I would like on our Windows 95 or 98 or whatever we were working with at the time if I could get to whatever icon it was through MS-DOS. The whole point of Microsoft Windows is you don't have to type out commands anymore. You can click on a little icon, a little window. That was the whole difference between that and every other computer before then. That's why the Windows operating system is so big. My dad's rule was basically like,
You can't use that feature.
well, you can't use that feature, but if you're smart enough to get to the exact same destination, you can do it. You can play baseball, but you better take down that branch and carve yourself a fucking bat. And it worked. I'm fucking terrible at washing dishes, but I can still navigate myself around MS-DOS.
See, I didn't, dude. It's like a lot of people, I guess, grew up playing games and doing stuff like that. My buddy Andrew, he was cool as fuck, dude. He's still cool. I don't know why I just said it like he was dead. He's totally here.
Andrew's still kicking ass out there.
I just said it
Big
like a
shout
super
out.
sad. No, he was a big gamer. Like they had all, like, dude, his dad was like into technology and like into like gadgets. Like that was, I didn't know what the word gadget meant. And like I literally thought about it as like in no disrespect here, dude, like a nerd term. You know what I mean? Because like
Well,
whenever,
like Inspector Gadget, like
just gadgets. Like he loved gadgets. See, it's weird, right? Like, but he loved little fucking like knickknacks and
absolutely.
like clickers to turn the lights on and
absolutely.
just gadgets, right?
I
And,
totally got you.
So I go over there. Like at this point in my life, I'm riding dirt bikes. That was what we did for fun. Like at my house, it was we were out riding bikes or we're skateboard, you know, or we didn't really skateboard, rollerblading more or less. And then
I was a fruit booter.
and then like, but I lived on this cul-de-sac, and we basically just ran that shit. Like you just run up and down, just do whatever you want, and play baseball. Like I never spent time inside. You know what I mean? Like I had a TV in my room that I would turn on, like if I was sick during the day. But like it was weird to see TV on. Like it was weird for me when I started seeing TVs on in my life during the day. Like it was like, dude, this is not what we do. Like
Because you go
and
outside
then
and play.
on the weekends, we're at the river or we're at the lake or we're out. Like if it's winter, we're going skiing. You know, for a couple days. We didn't hang out at the house, and if we did, it was like we're outside gardening. Like we had a huge garden that we took care of, and then or we were working on the dirt bikes. So this weekend we could go to the river, shit like that. Like we never just hung out and watched TV. Every now and then we'd get like a movie or something. You know what I mean? I remember the first show I ever saw on cable was Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah,
It was the first show because we finally got like Dish or something. You know what I mean?
The outro for that show scared me when I was a little kid. It flashes. It's Williams or Johnson Street or something. It's just this black and white logo of a corner of a skyscraper, and it's just this gong bell just. Ding. It just something about it creeped me the fuck out. I loved watching the show and I loved watching whatever came on after that. But I remember when that logo came on, I'd pillow up my ears.
Yeah, I remember getting scared of weird shit when I was a
just
kid.
tiny
But
sounds.
like whenever before I get back into the like games and stuff, like I think it was like Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps or something.
I remember Goosebumps.
One
I
of
didn't
those,
watch a lot of
but
Nickelodeon. So
there
I
was
didn't see a lot of Are You
there's
Afraid
a
of the Dark.
part in the intro where this guy's walking through a field.
With the dog?
No, and a briefcase
Yep,
opens,
yep.
and then papers flew
yep.
out. Why the
Goosebumps.
fuck did that scare the shit out of me?
Dude, immediately after that, he's either with the dog or there's a dog that's on the porch that the papers fly to, and the dog has weird eyes.
Oh yeah, it's all like yeah.
for sure. Yeah,
But like that
creeps the shit out
the
of me.
dog didn't get me as much for some reason. The fucking
papers got
papers
you.
really, dude. That was the selling point. And it wasn't like I was scared. I was like, why isn't he fucking worried? Like, why isn't he? He gives zero fucks
You look like a businessman.
about those
You should
documents,
be on
dog.
top of it.
Like he's like, I don't know if it was like he can't control what he's doing, thought, but like
that makes
like,
it almost more Twilight.
it like
Zone than Goosebumps.
psychologically fucked me up, dude.
Ooh, that's creepy. Oh,
Like I was like, why doesn't he care, dude? Like I remember thinking that scared. Like why doesn't he give a shit about these fucking papers? Like I remember thinking like relating it to schoolwork. Like I'd be fucked if I lost
absolutely.
all that.
Yeah, my teacher's not going to believe that a dog with creepy eyes ate my homework.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but that really it stuck with. Like I'll never forget that. But Andrew's dad, back to this, the gadgets and stuff. I remember playing. So I'd go over there. The only thing I had at my house was a Sega, and the only time we really ever busted it out was when we were on vacation skiing. We'd have it in the cabin.
Okay.
To keep the kids fucking to like wind down. We just spent hours skiing. We're on a 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here's something to do. There's a TV with the cabin. Plug it in. Fucking play
Yeah.
Sonic or
There's
whatever.
like 5 of us. Yeah. So, they had everything. They had the Nintendo. They had the Sega. They had the Super Nintendo. They had the Nintendo 64. They had PlayStation, the first PlayStation, and but
Are we talking your parents or family?
no, Andrew's dad.
Oh, okay.
Like they had all that,
All right,
and then
so when you're saying like you'd go out to like the creek, the river,
that's me and my
fucking-
family
Okay.
with just a Sega.
Okay.
And then,
Gotcha.
but I go over there and he has everything, right? So
Okay.
I'm getting introduced to shit that I've never seen. I'd never played Mario at this point.
Because you're just used to the Sega.
I only had 2 games. We had Bass Pro Fisher, and then we had those for Dennis, and then and I was good at it. I think they used to fuck them up.
Did that frustrate?
Yeah.
Frustrate them? Just
And then
fucking better at fishing.
Sonic and Tails 2.
Yeah, see, I had Sonic the Hedgehog too.
And
Yeah,
I'm
Sonic
talking.
and Tails.
That's the first rage quit
It was
I've
that
ever
in
had.
Madden '96.
I'd get
and I
so
didn't follow
fucking
it.
mad I'd cry. You know what I mean?
How good was the music in that game, though?
Oh, I think about it all the time. It reminds me of that one dude. Hello, YouTubes. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm sure I'd recognize
God
him
dang
off the
it!
top of my head.
If I can remember his name, I'll type it in. But so Andrew's dad had
Yeah.
this Game Boy, right?
The big old great brick.
They had that. They also had the Game Boy Color.
Okay.
This looked like a Game Boy Color, but it had a backlit screen that you could turn on and off. You could only get them in Japan. They were called the Game Boy Lights.
Ooh.
And so, like, I remember getting to jam on those and do stuff like, dude, it was just really fucking cool. But like, I just remember that's a big difference from going to see, like, you know, from just being outside all the time to. I remember I chose a Nintendo 64 over a ski trip whenever I was 10 because I was like, it'll last longer, and like I'd never had my own gaming system. You know what I mean?
That's a fair, like, that's a strong strategy.
That's
Like,
all I
you're
thought.
playing that long con.
Dude, yeah, but always was like, ever since then, been like, I should have fucking taken the ski trip.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
And something that I kind of wanted to bring up was my parents. My dad was he worked a lot of graveyard shifts, but he was a tech guy, so he was always down for like, let's get me a video game system, just something that I could play on because I was already fairly academic. I was always cranking out books and all that, so it wasn't ever a concern that this is going to take over and be just nerding out over a video game is going to take over my life. I was still just as down for reading the next Harry Potter book or whatever it was. I was squashing the accelerator game. Accelerated.
I
reader
swear to
game.
God, I was in AR and I owned like the fucking however long you're in it. It felt like forever. It felt like goddamn 20 years. But I remember like I think up until like age 14, you're in AR where you have to do the accelerated. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's exactly what you're talking about. I didn't even know it was called accelerated reading. God damn it! I'm so pissed right now.
Wait, don't worry.
I never got out of the Hank the Cowdog level. That's all I read.
The adult side now is like, well, I could have sworn that AR stood for assault rifle. Actually, it stands for Armalite rifle, and you need to fucking read up, you nerd lib cut.
Dude, if I had to guess AR, I'd have been like, reading. I don't know. Like, reading.
But I lived in a pretty good block for
You got all the fucking presents and shit.
No,
You're
brother,
the guy
I
that
wish.
got all the
I
cool
wish.
shit.
So let me wrap into that.
Sorry about the points. I remember that.
I
that program.
oh yeah, I killed the reading game because I was a poor kid. I had a fucking free library, and I'm like, I'm gonna
I
get
was
me a
dyslexic
CD and a
and
fucking free
grounded.
trip to Buffalo Nickel. I got grounded if I didn't kill the.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like I
intelligence game.
was like dyslexic and grounded. You think the one thing I'd want to do is read a fucking book, dude? I was like, nah, I can't do it. I
Right.
can't do it. Like I want to
Oh, yeah,
learn. I
see,
want to
and
learn. No.
I'm very much not dyslexic. I'm a fairly competent reader and writer. Dude, I feel fucking bad anytime I think about, like, God damn it. So this guy's got dyslexia.
I
That's
will
gotta be
often-
so fucking frustrating.
Oh yeah, I often won't look up things on the internet in front of people.
Secret for all of the old school listeners, I've written descriptions for this podcast. Just because, brother, I'm not doing it right now.
Oh yeah, dude. I think, dude, if I had to put a credit for every description written, I would be. I think if you go through and read them, you're fully aware which ones I wrote and which ones I had other people write for me, because the other ones are great, and then mine are like, this is some shit, no fucking links.
So, actually, let me wrap this up real quick because I think it's kind of fun. I grew up in a pretty fun neighborhood as far as kids go. I grew up right outside of Bivens. It's a fairly small school district.
I found him. Ronald Jenkins is the guy that plays the music that sounds like Sonic.
All right. I could always go outside and go and play, but the main spot in our neighborhood was the back of a church that was this big basketball court, and the church was completely fine with us playing there. But there were always pastors and youth pastors and little old ladies coming in and out. So the older we got, the more problematic it became. Over like, maybe like 10, 11, 12, we're like cursing more than we probably should. So we're always getting in trouble because they all know our parents because we all live around the same neighborhood. And then 13, 14, 15, we're drinking or like thinking like, oh yeah, the basketball court's a cool place to go and park and just smoke and drink and stuff like that, and getting in trouble there. So I think probably around 13, 14, 15 is when I started saying like, oh, I can stay inside and I can get a whole lot of my communication done via gadgets and via technology. And then, granted, I was out of the house at 15. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 16. So I spent almost a year without a cell phone outside of my parents' house. And it's weird enough being 15 outside of your parents' house. It's a whole nother thing having to borrow your roommate's phone because y'all don't have a landline.
Right. Well, dude, what's even crazier?
I was all over the laptop again.
Is I played like those games. Like I said, I had a Nintendo 64. I maybe ever got like 4 games for it. Maybe.
So I got a 64 at 5 and probably got about 4 games.
Rented a shitload of games. I didn't get a Nintendo 64 until I was like either 9, like so 1999. I don't know when they came out.
And how old are you? 28?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was like 5 or 6.
So like
I got right. So they came out 96.
It's okay. So yeah, I got one in 99.
Okay, yeah, I got one right when I came out, and I
Maybe
had
98 at the fucking earliest, dude.
Yeah, I had Mario Kart 64, and that was it for 2 years.
I rented
I can
everything.
rock
I
some
rented everything.
64.
But this is what. So I wasn't really a
Big
gamer
shout out
still.
Hastings.
I still just ran the neighborhood because we moved out of the trailer park and I moved into this duplex. Met some kids, so we just fucking ran the neighborhood and tried cigarettes and shit. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I did there.
Tried cigarettes. I don't know. Have you ever had a menthol?
But so I got into gaming because of the original Xbox. I saved up and got a PS2. That was pretty cool. But then the Xbox was the first one that I ever had internet for. So now I'm talking to buddies playing Halo 2. So like right as Halo 2 dropped, that's sincerely like the moment I became a gamer. That was like the moment I was like, I'm going to do this for fucking ever. I'm going to make sure I have this in my life forever because this is the shit. Just being able to team up. So video games are cool.
Online.
But online is like legit where everything turned for me.
I think that's a big factor, like that moment when Halo 2 came out.
That was a game changer, man.
I think that's the case for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of kids.
That was a
like,
game. Fucking, my mom would be
this
like,
is
"You need to
what
go hang out with
online
your
is
friends.
supposed
You need
to
to go
be
hang out
like."
with your friends." I'm like, "You have no idea. All
I
my friends are
am.
doing this at their house."
We're already fucking. I'm staying out of trouble. I am hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, the moment I leave here, I'm gonna do some dumb shit and get grounded.
Yeah,
Fair?
You want
Fair.
me to go over to another friend's house and get high and do the exact same thing, or do you want me right here?
Really, you want me to hang out with Mark? He burned a house down last week. That's why he's at home.
Exactly.
Let me fucking like. I was in like. I mean, Guitar Hero was cool. All that shit was cool, and you would dump time into it, but you didn't. Not the way that you did online. You would sit in lobbies for fucking 45 minutes just chatting.
You can't headshot a buddy the same way in Guitar Hero.
You can't make a. I
You
mean,
can make a fool out of someone in Halo.
dude, teabagging just would make motherfuckers rage. Here, I'm gonna play some Ronald Jenkins real quick. I'm telling you, this guy makes old school video game
Here's a
music
news
in my
flash.
world. That's what it sounds like to me. Every time I'm on the podcast, I get fucking 2 ads, dude.
And will this play through?
This isn't. No, I haven't muted.
Alright.
Boom.
Oh, iTunes.
Ah, goddamn it. So for anyone listening, go and look up Ronald Jinkies. I believe it's spelled Jenkees. Yeah. 2 E's. He looks like a lovely gentleman who just stepped out of a ska band and is just
But he has,
killing
like,
the goddamn game
His
on a double
his
set of
glasses are
keyboards.
like bubbles from fucking Trailer Park Boys.
Looking like
Is this not-
he's wearing a Ninja Turtles fedora.
Does this not feel like you're jamming
Yeah,
like a Sega right now, dude?
It feels like it should
It's
be,
the water level, bro.
I should be running to the right side of the screen. Absolutely.
Right here, you're stuck, getting mad, right? The water's coming up. You're fucking starting to panic a little bit. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, it sounds spectacular. I forget that they can hear it. We're just making sound effects on top of everything. But I'll give y'all the conquest of going and finding any Ronald Chinky song and going and lining it up with what we were just saying. And I bet you it works
They
out.
can hear all this.
Oh, they can hear the music? I thought
Yeah.
that's what I just asked.
No, I was wondering why you were talking over it the whole fucking time.
I just asked you. And I thought you said, no, I've got this muted.
I had the commercial muted, you jackass. I was wondering why you were talking the whole time.
That's why we're
You were like, oh, dude, he's killing it.
To all those now listening, listen to Ronald Jinkies.
I was letting you do it. I was like, he really wants to plug this cat for a minute and a half straight. I guess let's let him do it.
Ronald Jinkies. I thought I was just trying to fill some dead air.
No, I thought it was weird. But I was letting you do you, man. I was like, he wants to give him a minute and a half plug. I'll let it do it.
Man, to all the listeners, y'all go back and listen to this and see if I was rightfully confused.
I thought you were asking, is this gonna come through? I was like, not the like in my I muted it for the commercial.
I see where I was confused. You're killing the game. I don't know why I had any semblance of doubt in my brain.
I'm gonna try another one. I don't know. I just know that's for sure like the one that sounds like a video game. Look, 2 more commercials, dude. Eventually, being on YouTube is just gonna feel like regular TV, man.
Hey guys, if you've never heard of Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering just released Hearthstone.
Here we go.
Try the bass, and I'm gonna try to get it on camera for once. Thanks for watching. Here we go.
Dude, I love this guy. He fucking jams. He's doing it all on keyboards, man.
This is when your RPG character walks up into the one club scene in the 200-hour plus gameplay.
Dude, I swear, if he hasn't been scouted to be a video game song designer for like some anime games and shit, they're missing the fuck out.
I'm sure he is either happily employed or he has sent out information. Yeah, because you're completely correct. He could send that shit to any studio and just boom, get picked
This
up.
could be the end of Street Fighter, man.
This does have kind of a Capcom, like Namco-ish
Yeah,
feel
dude.
to it. Like,
This
it's
could be
got
on the
that
commercial
Japanese quick
when you
feel.
buy the collection, right? It has Resident Evil. It has all that shit mixed in there. Just getting gameplay clips of each one. This guy should be a fucking billionaire. He's doing all this on a keyboard. If every DJ did it like this,
My favorite bit is it looks like he probably lives in an apartment building, judging from the front door. So his neighbors have to be super cool, super deaf, or super dead.
dude, I have a feeling
The Super Ultimate Street Fighter 2 mix remix.
they just don't want to yell at him, dude.
Because he's killing the game too hard.
No, because he's just a nice guy. You heard him talking at the beginning.
No, I'm just saying, if you've got a problem with the noise complaints, you don't walk down to that guy's apartment.
Well,
He's
dude,
gonna hit you with a shuriken, followed by a Hadouken.
dude, on top of that, they're gonna walk in, see the setup, and he's gonna be like, "Well, just see what I'm doing." They're gonna see him play, and they're gonna be like, "God, all right, dude, keep jamming, man. You are literally more talented at this than I am at anything in my current life. I'm gonna go learn how to play the guitar. I'll see you later." Like, they're gonna be cool with him. That kind of shit is impressing, man. Doesn't matter who you show.
Like if you ran into a naked man in the street, but he was killing the trumpet game.
Yeah, like
you'd
if
be
he's,
like,
if he has
you
a
should
saxophone,
probably put some clothes on, but like I kind of want to go and pick up an art.
dude, he's rocking the saxophone so hard that even whenever he bends over and you see nothing but asshole, you're like, God damn it, I want to yell at him, but I'm gonna let him finish this. I'm gonna finish this song for sure. You know what I mean? Speaking of fucking crazy people, I saw like a fight or almost fight today at work. It was fucking crazy,
okay.
man.
Explain this to me.
I don't know I don't know exactly what happened, man. I don't. I just caught the tail end of it, I guess.
Just saw something boiling.
No, man. Okay, so this guy comes in. He's mad about the pizza. He's clearly been drinking.
Yes, sir.
And he's yelling, and he's like, your delivery driver called me a liar, or called my wife a liar, or something like that. And the guy who's being accused is like he's a goofball, but he's nice. He's a nice fucking guy.
I'm not going out starting shit with anybody.
Nah, man. Today, the only thing he talked about, he's just so stoked his kid took his first steps. You know what I mean? Like, he's a fucking. But anyway, this guy comes in and he's losing his shit. And my buddy's about to come in the door. I tell him, I'm like, dude, just stay outside. I try to tell him what's going on, but nobody wants to listen to old Sky guy. He comes walking in the door, shit fucking kind of goes off the rails. You know, they're yelling. The guy out front's yelling. My other buddy's kind of just standing up for himself. Like, I didn't do that. Oh, you calling me a liar? That's not what I'm fucking saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy's just not paying attention.
Belligerent.
I'm the only one there who has background and
A vague grasp on the situation
no.
that's
Well,
going down.
first off, I'm the only one who can read a room. You know what I mean? And I'm the only one who's dealt with somebody who's this mad at them. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I have a microphone usually, but I'm the only one who's been able to, that I know of, successfully just defuse and fucking calm someone down, and usually flip them onto our side. That's the idea. That's what you try to do on stage, or you just shit on him, right? I'm not gonna shit on this guy. He's already gonna beat up one of us.
You're at
Two
your
of us.
work.
Two of us getting beat up. It just makes no sense. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, dude, this is the wrong way to go about it. That's all I just keep saying, man. It's the wrong way. I know he's an asshole. This is just the wrong way to go about it. Like, because he's just sitting there saying, I'm going to fuck you up, da-da-da-da. He said something like, I'm going to chop you up. I'm like, now we have you on camera saying that, dude. Just leave. I don't want anybody to get in trouble. That's the whole outline. He's yelling weird shit, too. Like, I train canines, motherfucker. So I'm like, wholeheartedly, I'm like, Richard. Oh, I shouldn't have said his name. Oh, well. I'm like, you're about to get your fucking ass whooped, dude. That's what I'm in my head. I'm like, you're going to eat a few, dog.
I'm not about to be the one that
it's like
eats
one of those,
a couple for you.
It's like one of those things I was talking about earlier. It's like, would you take a bullet for me? Not if you fucking started it, dude. If you brake check the guy with an AK, why should I get shot? On you, Playboy. I'm out the door. But, like, if I started it, yeah, I'll take the bullet, right? Like, it's my fault you're here. I love my friends. Go live your life, man. I got this bullet. Don't worry about it. But I didn't start this.
I got this bullet. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Put that up on the same salad T-shirt that you see fucking Blue Cheese or fucking Mother Joey Diaz.
Like
like that's a quote.
If I started it, I'll take the bullet. If I didn't, dude, it's on you. You started it, right?
I'll tell,
Other
put
than
that gun down.
Other than that, you got to gauge the situation. You know what I mean? Like, did neither one of us start it? Well, who's got shit going on? I got a show tomorrow. Like, what do you got? You know what I mean?
Sure. What's your schedule look like?
Dude,
I like that you
get
just
shot.
took his first few steps.
You get
but,
shot.
like,
All of a sudden, it's a benefit,
an
dude,
open
and
mic.
we're raising money. You know, what are you gonna do? You're off tomorrow.
Wait, for sure. I get that your kid just took his first few steps or whatever, but like, you get shot. Your kid's gonna need someone to perform at the benefit.
Well, that's how I knew the guy was drunk, cause like my buddy was like, dude, I'm not doing this. I have a wife and a kid, and he's like, I have a wife and 2 kids, and my own business. So fuck you, bitch.
I got
like,
a wife and I made 2 mistakes.
You know, whenever you're just like so mad that you're just saying shit, you know, like the words really aren't fucking there.
What's bigger than an infinity?
Yeah.
Infinity plus 1.
Oh yeah, that kind of shit. Just you fucking motherfucker. Like just that real, like, whenever you used to get so mad at your parents that you would like either like you would like fake like quiet scream or like scream into a pillow, like that's that unrealistic, like, because you think yelling, like, at that point you're so fucking mad that you think yelling really will solve it.
How many times have you bruised or possibly broken a hand and or a knuckle?
My pinky. Look at this guy. It's he ain't going no more. He ain't going to no market, dog. He definitely ain't running home, bro.
Little pinky ain't going to no market. There's nothing quite like being a kid.
This pinky's in a wheelchair.
Hurting or breaking a finger or a knuckle, realizing that you don't know your own strength, and punching a hole in the wall, which is going to lead to more trouble. Because that's 4 bits of, like, realization of, like,
dude,
I'm not happy with my parents. Punch. Oh, gosh, I'm strong. Oh, gosh, that hurts. Oh, gosh, doing shit that hurts causes damage.
I was thinking about
breakdown at 11 years old.
Dude, I was thinking about this today, like lying. I was thinking about like when you first
just thinking about it,
like as a kid. Like,
some people are getting away with it.
No. It has to come from something like this, because like I remember like when you're really young, right? Like real young. Let's say you're hanging out with like your older cousin. You're like 6, right? Maybe he's like 11. Not, you know what I mean, just older than you.
Gotcha.
So you guys do some shit. You get caught. He goes to lie his way out of it. You get so scared because you don't want to get in more trouble that you fucking spill the beans, right?
Ooh,
and then
it depends on are you at your aunt's house or at
no,
your house?
nothing like that. It's usually the younger kid spills the beans, like, because he doesn't want to get in trouble. So I think what happens is, because it happens to everybody, it happens all the time. Like wherever you do some shit, you get in trouble, and then the person that's supposed to be getting mad at you accidentally gives you an out. You know what I mean? Like you do some shit,
they
and
just
then
speak up. They perjure themselves.
Yeah, they're like, did you do this or did this happen? And you're like, that happened. The second thing you said, the one that doesn't involve me getting in trouble, that's what happened. And that's the first time you really seal the deal on a lie, because you didn't say it. But I think and then from there on, it's fucking terror. You try to lie your way out of everything.
Discussing facts as to like, yes, this is
but
what
I think
literally happened, as opposed to, you don't need to know the fact that I was involved in this.
Well, no, you know what I'm saying? But, like, whenever you get that out, whenever someone accidentally gives you that first time you get that out, and, like, you don't roll on yourself. Because sometimes they'll be like, is this what happened? No, I did it. And you roll on yourself because you're scared. The first time you get the out.
Someone else said it? Or because whoever's accusing you?
Whoever's accusing you. Like, they're like, did you do this? Like, okay, a good example is like.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to keep up.
Like, okay, so, like, if you're at, like Ari Shaffir has a really good example.
Shoot.
Like, he has got drugs in his bag. The fucking drug dog runs right up to it.
Got it.
And the guy's like, I have some cashews. He's like, it doesn't smell that. He's for weed and fruit. Did you put fruit on there? He was like, do you have a banana in there? He's like, no. He's like, well, did you accidentally set a piece of fruit on there?
Top of it?
He's like, yeah, that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So like the first time that happens to you, wherever you're like you're clearly in trouble, and then they accidentally give you the out, and you take it. That's like, I think that's really where you start going like, I can fucking lie my way out of shit.
Yeah, I can manipulate this shit.
I think it's like, I think up until then, like, you don't. I was always scared to lie up until someone accidentally gave me the fucking way out, and it works. Cause like up until then I was scared to lie. I wouldn't lie because I was like, I'll get in more trouble. You're not supposed to lie. You get in more trouble, and then that happens. You're like, oh shit. Because or before that, you always got caught. Like, did you eat the candy and your mouth's blue? No, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
up until that point in your life, you always got caught lying. But that's like usually the first way you kind of get away with it is on accident.
And I think to kind of like compound and add on top of this, and I don't know how much this resonates, but my mom always gave me this bit about, I'm gonna know when you're lying.
That's another thing.
And
dude.
then the second that I got away with the lie and then like gave it the X amount of hours or like the day or the week or the 6 weeks or whatever, and I'm like, I got away with that. You don't always know when I'm lying.
Dude, how
That's
convinced
just
were
like-
you that parents really had
sometimes
eyes in the back of their head? Part of me was like, and
I thought I knew like I knew it wasn't like eyes in the back of the head. I just thought my parents had fucking great ears. And then I'm like, as an older person, I'm like, oh no, we just
Dude,
live in an
95
old, shitty, creaky ass
It's
house.
not even
you
that,
can
dude.
be in any room in my house I grew up in, and if someone walks anywhere in that house with any sort of just a step,
well, not even that, dude.
you know exactly
It's
where
body
they are.
language. Like, you act like you all the time, especially when
yeah.
you're a fucking child.
Well,
You
yeah,
don't.
a child doesn't know how to lie.
Yeah, so like you're you all the time, and then the moment you lie, you're different. Like you're standing straight, or
Exactly.
you're that.
I
Like,
don't know
it's,
how
it's
to
a
sell casual me.
it's a body language thing. So that's why you can't get away with it for the first like 12 years of your life. You're a hard sell when you're lying. And like if you get away with it like at 6, you lie, and they're like,
You're a sociopath.
nah, dude. Honestly, your dad or your mom was just like, I'm not fucking dealing with this right now.
Yeah. They don't care.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. All he did was eat popcorn. I told him not to. I'm just gonna act like he didn't do it. I don't feel like grounding him again, or whatever it is. You know, like they let you get away with it.
See, I think that's a really interesting point because I was just watching a lot of Magic today, and a lot of my favorite magic and a lot of my favorite
Are
technology.
you watching that Death by Magic thing on Netflix?
I tried for a second and I fucking hate it.
I don't like when people are like
it's so visually cut.
I just
edited,
don't like
But
the presentation that some magicians have, where they're like dark and mysterious and crazy.
there is no Australian government that is going to let a man sit inside of a chest in front of a moving train.
There's no government. Might be a few governments in the world,
The whole
but
thing is staged, and that I hate that type of magic.
yeah.
I love street magic and some of the best magic, in my opinion, as well as some of the best technology. So there are white hat hackers, people who dig into like Facebook undercover and find out flaws, and then come to Facebook and be like, "I'll sell you a fix to your flaw for like $100,000," as opposed to being a black hat hatter who would have manipulated that flaw and given out 100,000 people's worth of data.
Okay.
All
right, I see what you're saying.
They're
So,
the good guys
honestly,
of an illegal thing.
Well, like the white hatter is the way to go. You get paid, and you're not a dick.
Exactly.
It's like-
and you can cover your ass if you can provide actual. So there are white hat pickpockets.
Where people who hack the white hatters.
And
They fucking steal from them, and then they're like, report it, bitch. See what happens. We're all doing illegal shit.
No, and
It's like the Wild West,
this
but on the internet.
the magic side. So you'll have a white hat hacker or a white hat magician or pickpocket that's, hey, I pick you out of a crowd of 200, and I do a little bit of scanning beforehand.
Oh yeah,
Just,
so
like,
while you're talking
you
to
have
me,
a wallet,
you'll take a bunch of shit off of me.
I do, yeah, as I'm doing it, but ideally I do it while you're on stage with me, and it's just me and you.
Have you
So
seen a
while
TED Talk where the
you're-
guy does that? To like he teaches like he shows like pickpocketing, but like it's all about like perception and shit, and he literally changes his outfit.
Yeah.
He changes his outfit and nobody
goes
notices.
from like gray to purple
and
or
he
something
points
like that.
out his outfit at the beginning. He's
Yeah,
like, look at
yeah.
this, like I know.
Yeah,
yada,
his,
yada,
big,
yada.
his big end is, and on the final note, what color is where I wearing?
Yeah.
It's the same, but Penn and Teller used to do it. Brian Brushwood is a cat from Austin. He runs Scam School.
See, I'm like
and he's a fucking blast to just like.
I'm kind of paranoid,
see.
schizophrenic in that way. Like when I go out, in like cities or real crowded places, I put my wallet in my front pocket. Like I get real worried about being pickpocketed. I don't
See,
like.
wait, one of the big deals is front pockets are way easier.
I know,
back
but
pockets.
I usually leave my hand on it. Like I put it there so I can feel
There
it the
you go.
whole time.
And that is the recommended. Like, just keep your hands in your front pocket, just on top of your wallet. But like your hands generally aren't in your back pockets.
Yeah.
But if you're just walking, your hands aren't generally in your front pockets, especially if you're navigating your way through, like, there's 7 people on one double white sidewalk in downtown New York, so you're already kind of like putting a hand out to weave through and stuff like that. That's a big opening for your back pocket. Or your front pocket coming the other way, just, oh, sorry. And then I'm gone.
Every time someone bumps into me, I think I got pickpocketed.
So, I don't believe I've ever been pickpocketed, but I've definitely been ran for my money. I got jacked on. I've probably told this story before, so I'll run a nutshell of it. I was in New Orleans. My buddy G hollers and says, "Hey, I heard some guy hollering that he's got an eighth for sale." We ended up with a gram of schwaggity at the best. The second time, I'm already frustrated. And, we ended up getting a big paper bag full of asparagus fern. And then I literally had an action movie chase across 3 or 4 blocks of New Orleans, which was cool in retrospect. Like, I was dodging through people, like, fucking slamming on hoods of cars. I ran across a little parking lot full of these little, like, Power Wheels for adults, and I was jumping across the hoods of them. Got stopped as he ran into a casino, and I did not have my ID. Even if I did have my ID, I was not old enough to be in a casino. And I'm like, you didn't stop these motherfuckers. He jacked me for... I can't explain what he jacked me for. And I kind of... Well, he's probably going out that exit. And I'm like, well, that exit's too fucking far. So I walked my sad ass back, and I bitched out my friend. And I was like, why didn't you play bodyguard? And he was like, because I brought your happy ass to New Orleans for a week on my tab. I'm not about to get in front of some fucking gangster with who knows what over some asparagus fern. He's also a gardener. He's the one who identified it as asparagus fern.
Dude.
He's a lovely human being.
I was looking at the note I jotted right before we started, and it just... it just says the video where the guy gets hit in the face with a sword. That's what I saw right before. Hold on, let me set the setting. I'm not going to show you the video because I don't want to watch it. I didn't watch it. But it's like...
Does he get cut by the sword?
Yeah, because like the this is so funny. It's the thumbnail was like this guy holding like a stick or like a popsicle stick or something out of his mouth. And a guy lining up a samurai sword with it, and it clearly hit his nose. But it was at a party. And, like, when I saw it, all I could think was, like, imagine how crunk that party was before record got hit. Before they hit record and everyone's watching. Like, imagine how fun that fucking party was before all that shit went down. Because anytime a sword gets brought out, it's like, it's been a wild night already. Like, you don't just open the night with a sword. It's fucking, that's like hours in. Like, swords like 3 a.m., dude.
Someone's already pulled out a gun.
You can't,
and that wasn't enough.
You can't buy alcohol anymore. Like, that's when the sword comes out. Like, it's late.
I was driving around today and I was listening to a Doug Stanhope, This Is Not Happening, and one of his quotes, and it was, it was just talking about going to extreme into a situation, and his quote was, that's like cutting off your nose but ignoring the face. So that's beautiful timing. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, why are you thinking about switching up the theme songs, guy man?
Just bored.
Just bored?
Just, yeah. I mean, like, I love that song, but I've been doing it, like, what? This will be like, I'm almost 70 episodes in.
That was going to be my next question, is how many episodes are you on?
This will be 69, so.
Oh, well, I'm glad that I can be on for episode 69.
I didn't even think about that.
That's pretty cool.
Didn't we talk about numbers earlier?
Yeah,
we should have totally been fucking talking about this. How the fuck did I miss that?
Oh, yeah.
I posted 68 earlier.
Yeah, oh, shit. Cool. Then yeah, man. I hope I get a catch. I hope I get a catch. Maybe like 100 and like 9/11 and.
Dude,
if we can do 9/11,
I tell you
and
what.
I'll just do the whole bit in Alex Jones,
No,
and you can find an Eddie Bravo.
Dude, if
and
I'm on episode
we'll
900,
just cosplay the Joe Rogan 100.
if I'm on episode 900, by then Alex Jones will probably come on my podcast. Not because my fame level has gone up.
That because he went. That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I was like, because whose fame twisted? Like,
Not mine.
Is someone digging or is someone climbing?
I'm not climbing. I might be, and I hope I am, but maybe I'll climb enough and he'll fall enough that we can do it.
If you hit
We'll meet in the
episode
middle.
900 and you have Alex Jones on, I hope you have Joe Rogan on hundreds of episodes before that.
Dude, I would love to have like I don't think Joe Rogan would ever come on my podcast, but I would love to just talk to him. It wouldn't have to be recorded. Just like a 10-minute fucking conversation with that guy.
I think the best way for us to do it is like we just uproot everybody out of Texas and we move to California. We just start haunting
Fuck
the
that.
fucking
Dude, the whole
Comedy
fucking
Cellar in
place
the
is
store.
on fire. Why would we go there now? I'm riding my time. Shit's gonna happen. They're gonna be like, all right, we gotta move. And Hollywood's gonna go somewhere else, and I'll move there.
Whenever they're like, yeah, let's go to like Nevada or Colorado, we'll just fucking,
Yeah.
hey guys,
The
this
new
is the time, let's go.
Yeah, they're like the new Hollywood's gonna be fucking. It's gonna be somewhere else that can get destroyed. It's like New Orleans. We're there.
It's gonna be Colorado.
Yeah, it's the best state. Why? How?
They're not gonna move from
How
California,
they
which is fucked
maintain-
up with coastal bits, earthquakes, and move to New Orleans, which is just gonna get fucked up by hurricanes.
Yeah, but people are dumb. That was the point of that. But why? Like, how? Can you explain to me how dope? Like, how is Colorado the fucking coolest? It's
elevation.
not even just the weed part. Like everything about Colorado is way cooler than everywhere else that I've been.
Let me put on my Neil deGrasse Tyson hat. Well, the reason that Colorado is one of the coolest states
Not
is
cold.
because of elevation.
Like it's fucking.
That wasn't a bad.
It was good.
That wasn't a bad Tyson.
It was good, but I've thought that like hundreds of times. Like how the fuck is Colorado so?
People from Texas have known that for fucking years.
That's
But
what I'm-
Californians are stuck up. The cool Texans understand that this place is a shithole. You can move to Austin, and that still has its rough parts because you're still in Texas when it comes to the fucking legality of it. Or you can go to
But
fucking
Colorado is like, dude.
or you can
I
go to
feel like-
Oregon. Oregon and Washington are dope.
Dude, I feel like if the country, if every
They're
state
just
took
far.
if they did like a prom king kind of vote of like who's the coolest state, I feel like unanimously Colorado would win.
Who's voting?
The
Because
states,
the
I don't know, man.
stoners in high school weren't fucking voting for that shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it has to do with the weed, bro.
Fucking took down.
I'm not saying I've been there. It's just a really cool fucking place.
I think that the weed was a big factor in it even before the legality and the medicinal side of it. People went to Colorado because you could just go and smoke and ski and just fucking live in Colorado.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to
They're
question
like,
a lot of
weed
because
was
like
a factor even before there
Here's
was
the
a
thing, though. I'm
fucking
starting
law.
to question it because whenever I was a kid, we'd go to fucking Colorado all the time and ski. Like whenever you said that, it's like, why did y'all bring the Sega? Yeah,
Exactly.
like why did you bring this?
Exactly.
What the fuck were y'all doing?
You could have gotten drunk anywhere.
I remember
You were here
they
to smoke.
specifically called the booze firewater. Every time, like they always had like a little.
That's a Native American thing.
Yeah, I know, but they're always it's our firewater. Like when we were real little, because they didn't want to say it's fucking booze.
Yeah, we had mommy's special juice.
Yeah, they're like it's firewater. You can't have it. It's spicy. I think that's what they fucking said. It's spicy. You can't have it. Firewater.
It fucking probably relatively was.
Yeah, they're like Goldschlager.
See,
Parents are getting faded on Rumplemans.
I never
Up
really,
in the fuck, because you're already elevated. Like they're all just getting sloshed.
we're real high up here relative to the sea level. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in the northern states. I spent some time in Minnesota, but I had to work, or I had to compete for like 5 days out of those 7, and then I had a lovely X amount of months where I'd bounce back between here and Colorado, and exactly what you might expect. But
What I've noticed
even
is
then,
like the
you
people.
only have an evening to like stay the night and then leave. You don't exactly get to just stay there and hang around with whatever the fuck you got on you.
Well, see, what I've noticed is like people just they fucking suck everywhere. You know what I mean? Like there's all like it's no different anywhere you go. They talk different. They eat different food. They sound different, right? Things might look a little different, like the landscape, but like at the very core of it, most people
are people.
Most people suck, dude. So yeah,
Wow.
like 7-Elevens are in wherever you're at, they're the same fucking 7-Eleven. There's gonna be a dude there who's mad. There's gonna be a kid who wants candy who's crying because the mom won't buy it. Like it's the same everywhere. They just sound different.
Yeah, I mean,
That's like I mean, that's from my experience.
I
but
get it, but I'm a cynic. I get you 100%, but the other part of me is like, man, every time I travel, I find someone somewhere in whatever city that's really sweet.
that's
And
the us
maybe
of the fucking city. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're cool. We meet like traveling musicians or comics and stuff.
But it might just be like some like little old lady at like a bookstore I'm stopping at. Or
We have a
something.
bookstore with a nice lady.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So so is it most people suck, or is it
Yeah.
most people at the places that most people go suck? Like the guy that's
I feel
working
like-
the 7-Eleven, or the guy who's working the fucking counter at Walmart.
I feel like I can nail
But,
this
like,
right now.
if you
You're
go
a
to
glass half full. I'm a half empty guy.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
which one's fucking right?
Oh, there is no right or wrong.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
kinda
dumb-
what I was afraid of.
There are no dumb questions.
No, there are totally dumb questions. I fucking hate that
Dude,
statement.
hold on.
They're
hold on.
totally dumb questions.
I'm trying to think of. Oh, I think it's on The Office. Like for some reason, I can't remember exactly what happens. I think it's Andy asks something. He's like, "I need your help on this, guys." And then Kevin says something, and he's like, "That's the wrong answer." And then Kevin's just like, "There are no wrong answers." Just the way he says it makes me. It cracks me up, but it also makes me think of like our youth, man. Like there's no points kept in fucking Kids Inc.
Like sports,
Like,
like,
there-
everyone gets a consolation prize.
Someone's
type
gonna
of
be
thing.
like, "There is no wrong answer." Like, yeah, there is a wrong answer to a fucking math question. And guess what? I don't know it either. There is a wrong way to spell something, and trust me, I'm gonna nail the wrong way. I don't know how to spell things right. Like there is right and wrong in certain areas, but yeah, it just cracks me up to think about that.
Something that's, I guess I'm just now kind of put into words is, I think that we might be fucked as a generation when it comes to answering questions from our children. Because when we were growing up, we asked the teacher or our parents, how do you spell a word? And it was, well, look it up in the dictionary. And I'm like, well, I kind of need to know how to spell it to look it up in the fucking
I
dictionary.
used to say that all the
don't I?
time, and man,
It's fucking frustrating. So, but now, I do this all of the fucking time, mostly because I know I have the ability to find out the answer myself, but I would like to get it from a person who lived through it. So I asked my dad, I was like, "Dad, what was the Bay of Pigs like?" Like, what was this crazy monumental event like that you were alive for, but I was not? He goes, "Google it." And I'm like, "Okay, Dad, I can do that and probably get more accurate results than whatever the fuck you remember."
you're like, I'm more or less asking like how you felt
Yeah,
about it,
I'm asking for like a story, an anecdote, like a little bit of flavor
dude.
to this, not just some guy in Nicaragua who fucking edited a Wikipedia page.
It's pretty weird. Like the Mars landing's a monumental event, right? Like, and that's how the media is selling it
Yeah,
to me.
we just had our second one.
Yeah, so like I'm watching that on TV, like the Mars landing,
Yeah.
and like
It's a big deal.
yeah, I'm trying to witness like outside of like 9/11, this is like one of the only things that we're for sure gonna talk about for a very very long time.
Well, so, I mean, you lived through the first Mars landing.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just like they're like we're gonna drill, we're gonna do this, like
Yeah,
it's
this is more appropriate. Like the first one was for the shit. The second one is like we're bringing
yeah.
shit.
So
we know what to do.
I'm watching this, but like I can't get over the fact that I'm watching because they have the live video of NASA.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
a fucking asshole in a hat. There's one dude in a fucking hat, and he had a fucking
Right, center left.
yeah, he had a fedora on, dude. And I was like, this douchebag. He's like, I know I'm gonna be on camera. They show me where they're standing. I'm gonna wear my. He's like, nobody else took the opportunity to be like, I'm gonna be. It's like in his mind, he's like, the bitches will be come crawling, mom. I'll move out soon.
He's there for the camera opportunity. Everyone else there is like, we're putting something on fucking Mars.
Well, here's the thing. I was so obsessed with this guy's hat, like I couldn't stop looking for him and getting like. It's like I'm watching this and I missed it. I missed the landing. I didn't have any enjoyment out of it. It's like I missed the thing I went there to see, and I got hung up on this guy in a hat, and and it fucked with me for like.
Well, now you can scrub backwards. If you were watching the first moon landing, you couldn't fucking rewind your TV.
Yeah, but I know I can go back and watch it. But then
But it's not quite the same.
I'm gonna see. I didn't. Yeah, it's like one of those things. I didn't see it live. It's like the Super Bowl.
Well,
you see
you
the ending?
can't not see Left Shark anymore.
What this fucking douche? Who the fuck?
He's the Left Shark of NASA.
I don't understand like how his boss was like, yeah, Brad, go ahead.
You can
It's
work.
like, is he?
Just take off the fucking hat, Brad.
We're doing some shit here, man. You got a job. Like you got a
we
big
might
job.
have like a jump high five moment, like when we landed on the fucking moon, and you're gonna be the one wearing that.
You want to wear a hat? Go work at CERN. All right. I don't know what that means.
Go and fucking potentially blow up the world.
Like, you know,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just reading
That's where
fucking
the
Fox
that's
articles.
where the fucking hats are. All right.
You go over there and fucking smash some particles together.
But I haven't
We're
stopped
gonna
thinking.
work on solid physics.
Here's the thing. I haven't stopped thinking about that dude for like a week.
Can I tell this is a completely random story, but actually,
All right.
I'm forgetting whether or not I told this story. Did I tell the story about running into the old timer at the Dollar Tree?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, dude. I know. You gotta know. Have you done the bit on stage about the guy that the dude with one arm, like no legs and one arm?
Yeah, that was like probably my second or third.
You need to write that down and just trim the fat and just get it down.
I got a couple of pieces like that. I did. That's what I need to do with all of my material. Because every time I talk to one of my older friends, and not age-wise, but just friends I've known for longer that knew me back when I did my performance poetry. Oh, so you're not writing poetry, but you're hanging out with comedians, or you're doing stand-up. Yeah, every once in a while I'll go up and tell a story, and all of them tell me, I'm pretty sure it's the same fucking rules from poetry that translate over to comedy is write shit down, trim the fat, keep the meat. If you can make it stronger, but trim the fat and get your skeleton down and you have a bit.
Yeah, that's that's what I'm going through right now. I just wrote a bunch of stuff, but I'm excited. I don't know if I'll be able to work any of it into tomorrow. I might be able to get some at Whiskey, but tomorrow's gonna be a little rough. I'm probably gonna just have to pull out some material and just host. Really, mainly I'm probably not gonna do much time at House Bar, just because I'm getting tattooed in the morning, so I'm not gonna be able to run through material.
I think hosting's a good thing for you.
I like hosting. I'm good at it now.
It's rounding out a different skill that's peripherally related to what you're already doing. So, if anything, you can't take music or painting or sculpting or anything like that and work in banter the same way you can comedy.
Dude, I gotta figure something out. But I'm glad that I've been writing, dude, because that's been a big deal. Like yesterday, I was like, fuck this. It was the day before. I was like, man, I gotta do something. Like I can't just I've been sinking, dude. Imagine how much material I'd have if like the 120 hours I spent on Red Dead Redemption were spent in here.
Just the past month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You're a grown ass man. I'm not here to kick you in the ass, but I'm happy when I see you kicking yourself in the ass.
Yeah, but you go through those phases, man, where you work your fucking ass off for a long time, and you'll go 6-7 months just grinding, writing, performing, booking shows. Like, 'cause I book shows for other people too. Yeah. So then I gotta get all that shit together. I gotta call. Hey, are you good to do this? Can you do this on this day? How much time do you want to do? Can you do this? Can you host? Then I gotta get back to that guy. All right, yeah, man, I got you this. I got this. I got this. 15, and then I gotta call the fucking venue and be like, all right, so this is what's going on. And I gotta call them to begin with to make sure we got the date. It's a fucking lot that goes into all that.
Oh,
so
yes, sir.
I'll be like, I'm gonna play some games, and then I get it's like a drug. It's like a drug addiction, man. The moment you kick your shoes off, play a game, you're like, this is fun. Your phone rings. I don't have a show. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any spots in December, man. I'm sorry. Like, you don't even look the calendar. I've never done that, but that's what it feels like, man. You're like, fuck. Like you feel like I'm like I gotta fucking pause this game.
So, I guess I got a question that kind of tags along with that. So you said that this was wrapping up on episode 69 or so. With you maybe changing over theme songs.
That's what I do when I get in a rut.
I still kind of say maybe change over intro songs and then throw Beat Bodega as an outro song or something like that. Do whatever you want.
I don't know, man. I might use this as I might keep that as the intro and then use this, but cause I always play random music at the end. You know what I mean? And to be fair, and I'm sorry, you guys. I know I've only gotten so many artists to tell me it's cool, so I keep playing the same fucking shit. So I think I'm gonna stop playing music for a while. I might just play a certain song every time, kind of like I do for my intro, like you're saying an outro song. Because it's like every fucking time it's Ollie Dominique or Ozzy the Hitmaker or Echo, and I mean I love those guys, but I mean you guys have to be tired of hearing it. You know what I mean? As listeners who listen, if you listen to 3 episodes in a row, there's a good chance you heard the same song twice.
So, as you're hitting episode 70, which I mean it's not 50, it's not 100, it's not 1,000, it's not a big milestone, but I feel like episode 70 is pretty damn cool. What do you think that you've particularly gotten better at?
Well, Anderson Cooper, I think probably the best thing I've what are you talking about? What are you talking?
I've got way better hair than Anderson Cooper. Are you kidding me? I think he's probably got a better dick. He seems like he's still slinging the game.
I was juggling the whole time you were talking, whether I say Anderson Cooper or Larry King.
Oh, yeah, I'm way more Larry King. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I rolled Anderson Cooper because I was like, that's the one that's gonna get underneath his skin. No,
he's correct.
I'm better. I think I'm better. Just are you asking like what I think I've gotten better at as far as podcasting goes?
So the obvious answer is like, well, I've learned how to mix a board better.
Nah, dude, I've learned how to fucking talk.
As far as on the fucking microphone, what do you think you've gotten better at other than learning how to talk? Like, give me a better answer than that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you're tuning into Larry King Live.
I don't fucking
CBS.
get as mad at people when they don't use my equipment the way that I would.
What do you mean?
If they're just like grabbing the mic and trying to twist it and doing all this shit. Like I used to really, it fucking got underneath my skin, and it would potentially ruin the energy of the podcast for me.
Because you legitimately get frustrated.
Get like not even like frustrated, like I want to cut the mic and be like, dude, stop fucking doing that. Like I get really under. So now I've learned to like just kind of like let it go. That's pretty much that. Outside of that, I've known like I have headphones on. I know when I'm in a good fucking spot to be talking. You know.
Absolutely.
So being able to fill voids. So like when you first start podcasting, there's a lot of awkward silences. Getting rid of those was hard.
Please go on.
You know what I'm saying though? Like being able to learn how to like just cut those out, like without having to go like we used to.
They're physically editing them.
Well, see, because whenever I had the Yellow City Comedy Podcast, for some reason they would go through and cut and edit and take out even small pauses.
It's
much like that one right there. They would edit it to where it sounded like a full sentence.
Felt like a YouTube video instead of a conversation.
Kinda, and I never understood that. You know what I mean? I was like, that sounds like because first off, every time someone had the job to do it, out of the 2 people who were working with us, like both people that did the job were like, this fucking sucks, and they get really angry. But then like, I have to think about it. I waited until I had XLRs. I think I may have started my podcast with just USB mics, but like I figured out a way that I didn't have to edit it. You know what I mean? And then immediately went to XLRs. I don't know what problems they'd always be like, well, this happened and then this happened. I have to move this. I'd be told they spent like 45 minutes, anywhere from 45 minutes, like 5 hours editing a podcast. And I've never once edited a single podcast I put up.
See, I remember
I might edit in the intro, like if I forget to play it.
I did one, maybe 2, but one that was notable. It was my first one, way early days of Yellow City Comedy.
Yeah, when it was like me and Tristan, and yeah.
And I asked for the raw copy of it. Because I knew people like to chop shit up. But that was my first time on like a long form podcast. I had done interviews with people that were like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I
Why
got
would
it
you
back-
edit it?
I got it back and it was like 15 minutes shorter. And there were whole chunks of conversation taken out. And it was like...
That was the first guy that was
the-
editing it. The big dude. I don't want to say his name.
We absolutely...
But like he would take shit out that he
What I'm
didn't.
getting at.
Well, no, like
You're not the first person that I have ran into since then that have done that or that I have spoken to that does that.
well, no. What he would do is he
And-
would remove shit that he thought people that he knew would hear and maybe not be comfortable with. So he would remove all that. He wouldn't tell us that he was going to. He would just do it. And that shit, fuck you for doing that, man. Like that's it's all of our project. For you to just remove something without acknowledging anybody about it, like that's a dick fucking. It used to piss me off.
It's really weird to listen back to a conversation and then think like you're listening to like, oh yeah, then I said that and then I said that and then someone else starts talking. I was like, no, but I said more than that.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he just cut that whole bit out.
And I mean, if you have a podcast with a format, editing it and everything makes perfect sense. If you have a podcast with video, editing it makes sense. If it's your style, like, you know what I mean? Like if it fits the style, unfortunately what we are going for is much like what we're doing right now.
Having a conversation.
And there's no need to edit anything out unless you say something that you are uncomfortable with going on the air, and then you tell me immediately. We'll erase it and start over.
Yeah. Well,
no, not the whole thing, but just just the comment.
Well, yeah, and it, like say like we're streaming live or anything like that. It's whoever got that live got it live, but hey man, when this is done, can we just go back and cut that little section out? I said somebody's name.
Yeah.
That I shouldn't have.
And I did it earlier. I
said that and I realized, oh man, I don't want to be that vulnerable.
I said that guy's name. I was trying not to say any names about the fight earlier. I said his name. Guess what? I'm not gonna find it.
His name is Bobby.
I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna go back and edit it out. I said it
Go
on
and look
accident.
for Bobby.
I don't think it's gonna cause any problem. If I thought it was gonna cause some problems, I'd edit it. But I think we'll be fine.
And I think that's one of I know it's one of the cooler things about the podcasting scene, and I'm happy that I've got not just you, but we've got multiple friends that are like actively working on the podcast scene. That's cool as shit. Can you imagine if we were alive when radio was starting up?
Right.
And we all had 2 or 3 friends that
people
were...
kind of identify this as like the new radio, and yes and no. I guess.
It's way more accessible, so it's less valuable.
Yeah.
Like radio back in the day, you had let's say 1 to fucking 7 stations or whatever.
And they got to pick up sponsors, and I have some.
Yeah, and they all had sponsors. They had, and this is a Thomas Thompson special brought to you by Camel Deluxe. Camel Deluxe. Beautiful cigarettes that you can have with your children. They don't cause lung cancer.
What I'm excited
That's
about
the Marbles.
is one of our sponsors. We've been working with them. NoThirdLane.com. Big shout out. I think their website is down, but you can still find them on Facebook and what have you. They're doing some they're reworking the website and everything like that. But we've been working with them. They got us our design, and we're ordering T-shirts right now. We're only gonna get 50 to start with. But I think we're gonna do those special. Like they're gonna be fucking cool. And then after that, when we reorder, we'll probably order more, but they're gonna be more basic. So the first round's gonna be like special edition T-shirts.
Exclusive.
That's kind of what I'm going for. Like pay a little bit more on the first ones. You know what I mean? And then I just want to see how they sell. And like I've been telling people we're gonna have T-shirts, and every time we get somebody, like they either go out of business or the prices start going up every time we talk. And this is the first company that we've been able to work with that like stuck to their word of like we can get it to this much and stay there. You know what I mean?
And every time I'm running around outside in the city with you, just doing shows, doing gigs, killing the game, making people laugh, filling people's tummies with laughter. People are always asking, where are the shirts, Skyman?
But what I'm really excited about is we should have them by the show for the 14th at Whiskey River. So if you're wanting some of these badass T-shirts, you can hopefully, babe, I don't know how much they're going to be yet.
The 14th?
The 14th.
The second week of Wednesday? Or the second week of the month?
Yeah. But it's on a Friday.
I don't keep up with Wednesdays. Never mind.
This is
Let's keep it rolling.
It's like a Friday. You do have to compete. This is gonna suck bad. For the Yellow City Comedy open mic.
Yes, sir.
Jake the Snake is gonna be in town that day. I'm pretty sure that's the same day.
Oh, so I was curious. I knew that Jake the Snake Roberts was doing a show, but I do not believe.
For funsies, I've been calling him Jake the Snake Tapper, just because like that sounds like a really cool fucking wrestler's name.
Because
Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper's a CNN correspondent.
Yeah.
Oh, he may not be CNN.
Yeah. I don't know. Either ways, whatever. Yeah. So the 14th is gonna be Whiskey River. Hopefully, we'll have our T-shirts by then, and then we have another show on the 28th at the Drunken Oyster. And then we'll cover the Jake the Snake shit because that's not coming until January. So,
well, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it from the man with the mouth himself. I don't look at the calendars. I am just here to advertise. Second and fourth Wednesdays, we've got our regular open mics at the 806 2612 Southwest 6th Street. Third Wednesdays, it keeps killing. It keeps refining, sharpening, honing the craft. We've got our comedy, specific comedy only, stand up or sit your ass down open mic at the 806 as well. Third Wednesdays of the month.
the intro was by Beat Bodega.
Work us out.
Another one of our buddies has an Instagram you should go check out. I love hot sauces or salsas, whatever the fuck you're supposed to call them. Spitefully Spicy, man. You guys go check out my boy Colin. That's at Colin Sucks. That's Colin with 1LSUX on Instagram. You can also go to Spitefully Spicy. That's at Spitefully Spicy on Instagram and pick up some hot sauces from this guy. He has all kinds, man. He has like the strawberry ghost pepper or like Carolina Reaper. Strawberry Carolina Reaper, the blueberry ghost pepper. He has all the way from that shit down to like hatch green chili if you're kind of a pussy and you don't like the hot stuff but you still love great flavor. This guy's crushing it, man. My favorite's the mango habanero. I love it. And like, dude, I like it because it's beautiful inside my fridge. The first thing I see, it's like neon orange with like a red top. It's fucking awesome.
And the bottles are pretty. The wrapping is pretty. It comes to is gorgeous.
And he literally, I had to convince him. I was like, make a fucking Instagram because he does it. It's a work of like passion for him. He loves making salsas, so you know you're getting good shit. Make sure to go check out Spitefully Spicy, and then I also have dragstertubes.com. Dragstertubes.com. They telescope, craft paper, quantity 100 per box. All right, so these fucking things are dope, dude. They're for rolling your cigarettes, you know. And like, what I like is they have this big ass filter. Everyone's like, "What are you gonna do with that?" Dude, what if you don't want a bunch of you don't have anybody to share this cigarette with? You're just smoking this cigarette alone. You can roll like a little bit of a cigarette there, but then you can pull that thing out and it becomes like a longer tube.
Oh, so you can make that
telescopes,
like a longer
telescopes, and then you can clip it. Boom.
And you got friends.
And they tell you in the video how to load it. You just take your tobacco and then you like suck it up in there like a straw, dude, and it packs its fucking self. It's fucking awesome. It's serrated on the inside, so you can like it doesn't. You don't get a lot of Scooby snacks.
Genius.
It's awesome, dude. Dragster Tubes. You can go to their website, pick them up, dragstertubes.com, or you can also just find them at the Green Gorilla here in Amarillo. So, bam. I wasn't a big tube guy. I smoke. I didn't like tubes. I like to roll my own cigarettes by hand, and these tubes have changed the game for me.
So I spent a couple of years when I was younger rolling cigarettes by hand. I always steered away from tubes because I didn't like having to have that big old machine, and I had seen the tubes that you could load almost manually. Big ups to Dragster Tubes. I didn't realize how cool that little serrated edge was. Just sucking that up, and it's got that little serrated edge one more time, so you're not getting all those little tobacco Scoobies.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Like, and they reached out to one of our buddies, George the High Guy, and George the High Guy got him in touch with us.
Burp, burp, burp.
So if you guys do happen to go check out dragstertubes.com, just leave a comment letting them know. Or if you happen to go to the Green Gorilla and purchase them, just say something about how you heard it on a podcast, either the Weekly Relapse or just something underneath the Yellow City Comedy umbrella, whether it be Bomb City Talk, Clemente's Corner. Anybody who's, I don't know if Clemente's Corner is promoting him. We need to get him a box. He doesn't smoke cigarettes, though.
Shucks.
Yeah,
He supports local businesses, though.
he sure does. I'll just take him and he'll say the words. Oh man, but yeah, been pumped. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play the same song that I played last time for my outro, which is gonna be a Mishka Shubali over here.
And I want to say, before the song kicks,
Because you don't want to talk over it, because now you know that they can hear it.
I know, though, right? I had heard the song right before the podcast, and even though I never heard it before, it's got such a good quality to it that it's one of those songs that you feel like you grew up with.
Oh, dude.
It sounds like you've always known this song.
Yeah, Mishka's the shit, dude. He might be coming back in February, so fingers crossed.
Via and the Rillo.
All right, man. Watch, I have to keep talking because somehow I'm going to get 2 fucking ads. Called it! I have the CD. What the fuck am I doing? It doesn't matter. He's getting hits, I guess. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Thomas.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
When I was an animal, I lived in a cave. I got so fucking high, I didn't come down for days. When we were animals, our bed was a grave. I was your concubine, you were my slave. When we were animals, blood running down the inside of your legs, blood running down the side of my head. We were not wounded, we were already dead when we were animals. You were an animal you remained. I cried and called, I screamed and howled that lonely night you ran away. I'm still an animal, king of my cage. Turn on the TV, Frank Sinatra singing